All right, so right now at this second, we're not sure if we have the queen inside the box, and there's still a little bit of a pile here, and there's quite a good pile here. So what I'm gonna do is open this box up just a little bit, and if the queen is in the box, they'll actually migrate from this and into the box to be with the queen. If she's not in the box, all the bees that are in this box will migrate back to this location. Need to find something. I'll prop up this end just a little bit, and then they'll be able to go in and out even through this little hole right here on the edge of the box. It's actually kind of a slick setup. Hold on a second. So I'm just going to use the lighter that I carry around for my smoker, and it'll give me just enough pressure on the side here to open this up, and then the bees will be able to come and go if the queen's still on that post. Okay, so we're gonna have to be patient for a second and see which way the traffic flows. They might go from here into here, or from here back up to here. Hopefully it's this way. So now we have some storms we're moving in, so I'm gonna have to step up the process a little bit. So we're gonna just kind of open this up and just kind of scrape the rest of them in there, and I'm gonna show you guys an old beekeeper secret, an old beekeeper trick, so we can let this hive relax a little bit while the rain passes, and then we'll take care of them from there. So we'll see how this goes. I would say the majority of the bees stayed in the box. There were a few that went out and got back on that cluster. So I'm pretty confident we have the queen in here. There's just a lot of bees to rifle through, and with the weather getting bad right now, and I just needed to have a little breather here. The only other thing you could do basically is just let them swarm, and then you'll just miss out on this colony. But I have the room in that hive to go ahead and put another split in there. If you guys saw the last video, we already have 2 hives, independent hives going in our horizontal hive. This will make 3. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick to keep your bees chilled out, kind of cool, kind of easy going until you can get to them a little bit later in the day. The old trick the old timers used to use and still do probably. If you can get your box into a cool dark spot, what will happen is they'll kind of calm down. They'll think it's nighttime. So I'm going to take them down into our root cellar. This is the building that we've been building on. It's called our powerhouse. And I'm going to take them down into the root cellar, and that'll buy me some time. What I'm going to need to do is put another divider inside of that horizontal hive, and then that way they can stay in there for just a little bit until they get established. And then when we do that inspection in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to move them as well. Man, bees all over the place. Like Dr. Leo was mentioning in that last video, one thing about natural beekeeping is you're not trying to keep your bees alive. You're trying to find places for them to live. And I'll tell you what, this hive butler, this is an invention by a family in Indiana, super nice folks, and we've been talking to them for a while, and we love family business. And this was a great time to showcase some of their equipment. This is called the Hive Butler, and you can see the top of it's vented, so that's really good for the bees. Great for catching a swarm, moving them really quick. And then we're going to show you guys in later videos some more of the devices that they have, or you could peruse their link that I'll leave down below for you guys if you want to go check them out beforehand. But we're also going to be doing some videos of extracting honey, and we're going to show you just how valuable these hive butlers are. Okay, so let's get this down into the root cellar. Get these guys calmed down. You thought you were going to get a root cellar tour, but that's coming up, so stay tuned for that. Nice and cool down there though. I can see us utilizing this in the summertime as a little spot to get away from the heat.
3 hours later.
The sun's going down, so it's time to make the switch. Now we have them all tucked in the new hive. Like I say, that's a horizontal hive, so we have one full hive active at this end. The split that we did in the last bee video is at this end, and we just put that split, the swarm, in the middle. So the horizontal hive is now going to be home to 3 different independent hives. Okay? So the trick is with that system there, the way I taught you guys that old timer trick, is you put them in. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. If you put them in the hive at sundown, okay? You leave them in there the following day, and then you take the blocker out because you got to keep them trapped inside that hive. You keep them trapped inside that hive till the next night. Okay, so almost 24 hours. And then I let the blocker out of the opening of that hive so they can get out in the morning. And now because we had just made that split, I didn't have any brood or anything like that I could put in there with them, okay, to kind of trap them there, you know, get them all protective. So what I did was I removed a frame of the honey that they were working on in that end frame area, and I moved it there so that would try to be an anchor for them to stick around. You know, they would have a food source there. It's a nice protective box. It's a good safe area, and so that's what they're looking for, food and security, so they can start producing their honey and their babies and all that stuff that they do for survival so they can go into winter. But something happened. So I tucked them in, was feeling all good about it. Woke up the next morning and went over to give them a checkout, and they were all checked out. Sometimes if you guys don't have a frame of brood to kind of hold them there, you know, it's like a 50-50 chance they just have it in them that they want to swarm and go somewhere else. So that's exactly what they did. So now the goal is going to be to take that separator board out, okay, that we put in there, and give the strong part of the hive more room so they could collect more nectar, maybe lay some more brood, and do the things that they want to do. So we want to get that center part opened up for the end, okay, and we also want to move that frame of honey that we put in there to feed those bees back over with the other bees, maybe add a couple more frames so they'll be able to do a little more work until our next hive inspection.
Day 2.
All right, well, we got them all tucked in now again for the second time. The reason why we want to close up that middle entrance is because that just provides more space that the other bees, that other hive that's in there, that they have to guard. So we want to block that entrance so that whole cavity just has one entrance, one way in, one way out. That way they can focus on working the frames and doing what they do. If you got any questions about this video, make sure you leave them down in the comments section. We always try to read the comments and answer questions if you have any. Also, don't forget to check out thehivebutler.com for some of the coolest new bee gear out on the market today. We have no affiliation with them or anything. It's not an affiliate link. They're just nice folks, and we want to try to help their small business, family business, and we just believe in the product. I mean, we've been doing honeybees now for, I think it's been like 7 years. 8 years we've been doing bees, and we've ran into a lot of problems that the Hive Butler solves. And so you guys stay tuned for that as we're pulling out these frames. We're going to show you some more Hive Butler stuff and give you some more tips on some beekeeping. Again, if you got some questions, leave them down below. Win some or you lose some. Ha! All right, I got more stuff to do while the sun's shining, so I'll see you guys on the next video.